He is the best at what he does, but in this book, what he's doing is looking for revenge. That's right, we're going to talk about Wolverine's Revenge from Marvel Comics. Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we're going to be doing a review for all 5 issues of the Prestige miniseries published by Marvel Comics, Wolverine's Revenge. This was published in a regular format and then on the red band, more violent format. We'll talk about that in a second. This is written by Jonathan Hickman, illustrated by the amazing, fantastic Greg Capullo, marking Capullo's return to Marvel Comics on interior pages. The creative team also includes inker Tim Towson and colorist FCO Placencia, letters by Corey Petit. I mean, what a stellar creative team! Like, even if you know nothing else about this book, just that creative team should really get you excited if you're somebody that's been reading comic books for a long time. Jonathan Hickman, stellar writer. Greg Capullo, a legend of comic book art. So when this was pitched to me, putting them on a Wolverine book, I was like, I'm in. I read the first issue. We have a review for the first issue in the channel, but then I decided that this was gonna read a lot better all at once, and I was not. I was correct about that. I had a really good time because once I started reading this, I could not stop. So let me give you a little bit of a quick synopsis, and we'll get into this review. Set in the aftermath of a catastrophic event where Magneto's death triggers an EMP blast, plunging the Western world into darkness, Wolverine is recruited by Nick Fury and the remnants of S.H.I.E.L.D. to retrieve a revolutionary energy source. As the mission unfolds, Wolverine confronts a series of formidable adversaries, including Sabretooth, Omega Red, and Deadpool. The narrative delves into themes of revenge, vengeance, identity, and the consequences of one's past actions. Uh, yeah, I mean, what a cool premise, and I'll give you a little bit more than that as well, because that was a synopsis that was very spoiler free, and this is not really a big spoiler, but that mission does not go very well. Wolverine's not on his own in that mission, and you'll see some of that when I put some of the preview art, throughout the video. But Wolverine's not alone in that mission, and his team gets decimated, and he himself barely makes it out alive after confronting Sabretooth, Omega Red, Deadpool, and then, of course, a few others that I'll keep hidden for now. But yeah, they really try to get rid of Wolverine, but it doesn't work, and that's what triggers and puts Wolverine on his path to vengeance. Let me start by saying Greg Capullo's artwork in this series was just a standout. It is dynamic, it is visceral, it is very different from anything that I've seen before. I read the Red Band collection. Oh, I guess I read the Red Band version of this, so it's a lot more violent than you probably would have gotten in the regular ones. There's some really cool fight sequences. I really like the way Capullo draws Wolverine as well, like very, very staunchy, very, like really packed with power. It feels like, and Capullo's line work is just fantastic. There's just so much detail in there, and this also really big shout out to Townsend and Placencia for bringing all that to life with the inks and the colors, respectively. Especially the colors just really enhance those brutal confrontations, right? If this was painted by hand, you might have run out of red paint there. So the visual storytelling thing really complements how dark and gritty this story gets. This is really a different take on what would be like an Old Man Logan story or a Dark Knight Returns type of story with Wolverine in it. And from what I saw online and the people that I talked to, like, this book is pretty positively talked about. I think that people that went into this, they knew what they were going in for. They knew that this was going to be very intense. This was going to be very violent. And the story itself was almost, I'm not going to say it was second place to everything else, but the story itself was just a deliberate device for all these like really cool and gnarly sequences. The story itself, it is pretty great. It gets a little convoluted in some points because you have to remember that this is not the Marvel universe as we know it. So trying to put those things in my head and trying to forget, about the way that I know some of these characters to try to really accept how the characters behave in this world. I think I think that's what, maybe took me a little bit out of the story for a second. But once I removed that, I was really, really bought back in. So this is great. I really, really enjoyed this series. 5 issues is very quick to read. And I think the only thing that's going to keep you away from reading this book is that if you don't really like books that lean a lot on the violence heavily, this may not be for you. And it's a very straightforward story about revenge, but just putting this through the lens of Wolverine and the world of Marvel, I think really kind of brought it to the next level for me. So, uh, you know, I I will say, obviously I'm a little biased because I'm a big fan of everybody working on this book and the character itself, and even just narratives about vengeance. Like it was checking all the boxes for me. So I understand if this not may not be for everyone, but I really recommend you try it out, check it out. Uh, Hopefully, as of the recording of this video, I'm still about a week away from Fan Expo, our local convention here in Dallas. So hopefully, I get to see Capullo, maybe get him to sign one of my issues, and maybe talk to him a little bit about what it was like working on this book. So, if you have read this book, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here on the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.